So this week I want to continue on with kind of trading psychology and ways to combat emotional trading. What I'm going to do is go over two of the things which I think personally have helped me the most. Now, I haven't really touched on these too much in the past, purely because they're not sort of normal, but they are by far the most powerful things that I have found to help me with my own kind of trading psychology and avoiding that spiral of falling into emotional trading. Because when we sit down at the charts, it is kind of like one of those cartoons, you know, where you have the kind of angel and the devil on your shoulders, and they're both kind of whispering into your ears. Now, very often when we're sitting down, that good voice, the positive voice, is telling us our trading plan, it's telling us what to do. But very quickly, the negative voice seems to grow. And all of a sudden, it completely takes over. You can't even hear the things that you should be doing, and you make lots of mistakes and you lose lots of money. The problem is, when you're trading, you're put under a very specific type of pressure, and it's a pressure which we don't really experience in everyday life. And what that means is, the only time you are able to put yourself into that situation and experience it so you can get better at dealing with it is when you're trading. And that means it takes a long time. And during that time, you're losing money over and over and over again. So there's a couple of things that you can do, which I have found that help enormously. The first one is very simple. I've been doing this for years now. And I would say this, I noticed the kind of benefits of this within sort of a few months. And that is meditation. Now, no matter the kind of connotations that you hold about meditation, when it comes to trading, what you're simply doing is you are teaching yourself by sitting down, by meditating, and by doing it repeatedly to kind of stop allowing your thoughts to take control of what it is that you are doing. Because when you're meditating, you're attempting to hold your focus on something like your breathing. So when your thoughts come into your head, you can kind of notice them, you can be drawn by them, but then you try to reposition yourself back to simply focusing on your breath. Why is this so powerful? Because when you're trading, when you're going through a bout of emotional trading, what's happening? Lots of things are going on in your head, lots of kind of ideas and suggestions that are very, very poor. They're telling you to kind of hold on to trades long after you should have got out. They are kind of shouting at you, okay, this doesn't look quite right, but it's moving in my direction and I don't want to miss this. By meditating, and when I first started doing this, I only did it for kind of 10 minutes at a time every single day. You are teaching yourself. You are helping yourself build up the ability to pull yourself away from whatever thought it is that you are having. That's very, very beneficial, because not only are you directing away from the negativity, you're also kind of teaching yourself to quiet the mind so that you can focus on what it is that you should be doing. So there's lots of different types of meditation. As I've mentioned, when I first started, it was 10 minutes a day. It made an enormous difference. If you're thinking about meditating, you know, sitting in a field cross-legged, singing Kumbaya, that's kind of the mental image that I had when I first came to it. But we are using it for a very specific purpose, teaching ourselves how to have more control of what is going on in our mind. The second thing, which I have found incredibly beneficial, and you can kind of do a few different things. So for me personally, it's running. And it's because, and you can use this with any type of exercise where it's over an extended period of time and you are going to get very tired, but you have to keep going. Guys, get your mind out of the gutter. When it comes to running, you're kind of putting yourself into a situation where you're forcing that negative voice to start to grow and start to become more powerful. Because when you start running, eventually you hit a point where all your mind is saying is, stop bloody running. For the love of God, just stop running. and then you have to learn how to ignore that voice and keep going, because very often your body, there's nothing wrong with it. You've still got plenty of energy left. It's just your head doesn't want to do it anymore, and it's screaming at you to stop. By forcing yourself into that situation, you're teaching yourself over and over and over again, and you're building up the strength, the ability to ignore the negative voice, the voice in your head which is telling you to do something that you know you shouldn't do and that you don't want to do. And what is that very similar to? Sitting down to trade and suddenly emotional trading. As you start to build up the strength, the kind of the discipline to ignore that voice and to overpower that voice, you're kind of building up that good voice on your shoulder and you're shrinking down the negative voice. It's almost like you're sending this voice to the gym and you're getting it jacked up. So when this one starts to whisper in your ear and tell you to do the wrong things, you can quickly overpower it. Two very, very simple but incredibly effective things that you can do if you are serious about trading. And well, no doubt you've experienced emotional trading and you suffer through kind of trading psychology where you make these silly mistakes. Those are by far the two most effective, most powerful things that I have found. Meditation, teaching yourself to redirect your thoughts back to what you want to focus on, and also some sort of physical exercise. And I would say it's more kind of stamina based rather than weight based. Because if you go to the gym and you're lifting weights, it's for a very short period of time. You know, you're lifting a weight maybe 10 times and then you have a break. It has to be something where you are continually exercising. You're getting your heart rate going. You're forcing yourself to work through that tiredness, to work through when your head is screaming at you to stop. If you do both of those things, I am extremely confident that you will start to become better at silencing the voice which wants you to emotionally trade. Okay guys, so that's everything for this week. As always, I hope that was helpful. I hope it helps you as you're moving forwards to get on top of your kind of trading psychology. I'm James Orr, and thank you.